In case you haven't heard, Disney has announced that Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Walt Disney World will officially open on June 28th. Now, that doesn't mean June 28th will be the first time guests get to experience the ride. Cast members, members of the media, DVC members, annual pass holders, D23 members, and possibly more will get to experience the ride in advance. But June 28th is when it's considered open to the general public in joining part of the Magic Kingdom's parks operations. But what I want to focus on today is why the East Coast version of Tiana's Bayou Adventure has this specific June 28th opening date and what its timing could mean for when Disneyland's version of the ride opens later this year. So, this year, June 28th happens to fall on a Friday, meaning the refreshed ride will have a whole dedicated opening weekend. But that is not the only strategy at play here. As I reported in a previous video several weeks back, Sunday, June 30th marks the end of the Walt Disney Company's third fiscal quarter, and Disney World has a record of opening rides at the end of one quarter and the start of another, and likely for the goal of boosting investor confidence. In fact, Disney World's version of Tiana's Bayou Adventure is actually following in the footsteps of Hollywood Studios' Toy Story Land, which opened on June 29th in 2018, just in time for the ending of the third fiscal quarter that year. Other Disney World attractions have followed this pattern as well, including Remy's Ratatouille Adventure at Epcot, which officially opened on October 1st, 2021. And yes, it's true that date was the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, but from a financial standpoint, it was also the beginning of that year's first fiscal quarter. Epcot's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is an exception to this pattern, as the coaster opened in 2022 in time for Memorial Day, but the timing of that opening allowed for Disney to market the ride as a kickoff to the summer vacation travel season in the wake of the pandemic. It is also worth noting that Disney World's Tiana's Bayou Adventure isn't the only Magic Kingdom or Frontierland attraction opening in the coming weeks. While it hasn't received its own opening date just yet, Country Bear Musical Jamboree is also set to debut this summer. And now that Tiana's has a release date, I think we'll hear news about the Country Bears very soon, as Disney may rely on the reimagined show to handle the summer crowds eager for a ride in the Bayou. As for Disneyland's version of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Disney has only said to expect the ride to open later this year. Now, fan photos of the attraction and its construction show daily progress, and when compared to Disney World's construction timeline, Disneyland's looks to be roughly about where the Magic Kingdom was in late December, early January. However, it's still tough to know because the track and length of Disneyland's Splash Mountain and now Tiana's is different than Disney World's. Plus, the West Coast version has two neighboring construction projects, with the Haunted Mansion's new cube on one side and Critter Country to the other. That is something the Magic Kingdom didn't have to deal with. Now, if Disneyland's Tiana's Bayou Adventure is aiming for a financially strategic opening date just like Disney World's, the best bet is the end of September, early October. However, I am not as confident that Disneyland will use this strategy as I was that Disney World would, because Walt's original park doesn't typically follow this pattern. Both Avengers Campus and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened on dates unrelated to fiscal quarter dates. What's more likely is that Tiana's opening will tie into the Haunted Mansion's reopening, which at the moment is speculated to be for August 23rd for the start of Disneyland's Halloween season. The question, of course, is whether Halloween, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and Haunted Mansion all opening at the same time will create a crowd crisis or help with crowd management. That, at the moment, is unknown. But now that the Magic Kingdom's Tiana's Bayou Adventure has that opening date, fans are likely to learn more about Disneyland's projected opening timeline in the coming weeks and months. So that is all I have for today. There is so much more news coming about Tiana's Bayou Adventure on both coasts. And in case you're new to my channel, I'm a travel and entertainment reporter who loves sharing the latest news about the Disney parks as well as my travels. And if you're looking for news from your magical home away from home and some travel adventures, please consider subscribing. It would make my day. But as always, thanks so much for watching and have a magical day.